Just a quick point. Oops, sorry. I keep doing this. Just to add, I just wish young people on YouTube, these so-called sheikhs, the idea of accusing people of being kafir or kuffar, takfir, is so tiring. Stop doing that. Have some humility first and learn. Learn your Arabic, learn your fiqh, understand your Islam. Be humble. One of the great assets of being the Azhar, I go back to the Azhar University, the Azhari sheikhs, and whenever you meet an Azhari sheikh, you're struck by their humility because the knowledge of Islam and learning breaks the ego and teaches you humility. You realize you don't know. So when I see people in their 20s and 30s accusing others of being kafirs, I think, just grow up.
Just one thing. Just one thing I also want to mention. This was a phrase that I actually wanted to use in this talk, which is, we shouldn't succumb to a vulture culture. You know?
Copyright.
Which is, and I'll give you an example. And I told Dr. Maulana Asim, not Dr. Asim. Inshallah, doctor. I told him I would bring up this example because he was here last week, Akhi Ayman.
Yes.
Right, he was here.
2 weeks ago?
2 weeks ago, yeah. He made some statement online, I believe, about, I don't care about the land, I just care about the people of
Well, he didn't say that here.
Yeah, he didn't say that here, he said that in a previous talk. He said the Palestinians, what they care about is, he was making a point in support of Palestine, and he said, he's against nationalism, basically.
Yeah.
And he said a statement that people interpreted as, oh, what do you mean you don't care about the land? That land is holy, that land is something that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed. And it became like a whole, viral Twitter thing. This is what I call vulture culture. The man clearly I have no associations with Akhi Ayman. I don't know who he is. I've never seen him. I've never met him. I've never heard any of his talks or his, YouTube shorts or TikToks or whatever he's on. So this is not me defending a friend. What I'm saying is, any person who has an aql will know, okay, the man is trying to make a point against nationalism. The man is trying to make a point about, the Palestinians want us to be religious people. They want us to pray salah. They want us to pray X. Okay, he worded it in a way that was perhaps not perfect. You go to the person in private, you're like, hey, bro, your message was really good. I really enjoyed it. MashaAllah, your point of nationalism was perfect. By the way, on this one point, maybe you should rephrase it in X manner or Y manner. That's it. That's all you have to do. But we have been so programmed to just this knee-jerk, just go on Twitter straight away and just start typing, that very basic idea of nasiha, which any book on nasiha that you read in the Islamic tradition will tell you how you approach, nahi al-munkar, how you approach nasiha to your brothers, is lost. One of the things that Mufti Taqi said, I thought very, very interestingly, in a very recent talk of his, like 2-3 days ago, his very passionate talk.
The one in Islamabad.
Yes, in Islamabad. He said even about the rulers, he was very, very passionate, but he's like, do not take this, we're not coming from the perspective of mukhasama.
Mufahama.
We're not coming from the perspective of just this
disputation.
Just trying to dispute with you guys. We're coming from the perspective of giving you people nasiha. And I thought that perfectly captured what an alim of high repute, an alim who's lived his life serving this deen, he's like 88 years old now, 89 years old now, that his perspective on this, even in the most passionate of his moments, he's able to frame his message in a way that this is not just an agitated politics or agitated disputation that I'm engaged in. And I want you to know that, what I'm doing is just trying to give you sincere nasiha for the betterment of your own selves and for the betterment of our community, and so that we don't go back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala having neglected our responsibilities and our duties. And when people see that and hear that, they are much more eager to open up, and they are much more eager to actually change themselves than you call someone out on Twitter and he gets completely, destroyed in front of the whole community and embarrassed. And then even his apology then is kind of, it might be half-hearted, it might not be as effective as it was. So no, we should start a hashtag, no to vulture culture, if we can.
You have 16,000 followers on Twitter yourself, right?
Oh, yeah.